adventurers, welcome back to Chiara's Slow Travel Adventures. If you're dreaming of traveling Southeast Asia but you don't know quite where to start or what are the best destinations, stick around because today we're talking about the best travel destinations in Southeast Asia, focusing on aspects like safety, budget-friendly destination, breathtaking viewpoints, and events. Let's dive into it. Safety is, of course, always a top priority. Now, Southeast Asia is pretty much a very safe area. Now, safety, of course, is very personal and you can find yourself feeling more safe in different countries and different places and different situations. However, especially if you're traveling solo or if you're a female, you might find yourself more comfortable in certain places rather than others. I've been traveling in 4 different continents by now, and I can say that Asia in general is definitely the place where I feel the safest. As I said, that is very personal, that's how I feel, and I hope that sharing this with you might just give you an idea to where to start. When it comes to Southeast Asia, the most safe country that you will find is Singapore. Now, Singapore is a small city country, so maybe when it comes to breathtaking viewpoints might not be your favorite choice. However, the city is very clean, very safe, is really a great place to start your Southeast Asian adventures. Especially if you're thinking of hitting more than one country, Singapore could be a great start. It's a very multicultural country where everybody speaks English, so even the language barrier won't be a problem. It's clean, the transportation system is very convenient, and you can visit a big multicultural city where you'll find a clean environment and you will feel yourself being very safe. But if you're into a more adventurous vibe, I would suggest hitting Thailand. Now, I have a really weak spot when it comes to Thailand, as it is my favorite country in the whole world. But specifically for Southeast Asia is one of the best countries to visit because places like Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Phuket, even Bangkok, that is such a big city, you would still find yourself feeling very safe. I've traveled to Bangkok and Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai and other areas. Whether it's in the big cities or it's more in the countryside, I've always found myself feeling super safe. That, of course, has a lot to do also with the cultural point of view, because in general, Asian countries tend to be very respectful of personal space. They kind of let you live and they live in their own bubbles. Now, I'm from Italy. We have no idea what personal space is. We're all over each other. And sometimes, especially when you live in cities, that might feel a little bit uncomfortable. However, in Asia, most countries, of course, not everywhere, of course, not in every situation, but generally speaking, it is a very safe place to be, especially for girls. There is a lot of mutual respect when it comes to personal space, and they're not definitely touchy and all over each other all the time. So Thailand is a great choice. I found myself traveling even in Bangkok at any given time of day and night, and I always felt super safe going around in any kind of environment, in any kind of clothing, in any kind of situation with any kind of people. And finally, for safety choice, there is Malaysia. Now, cities like Penang and Kuala Lumpur are quite safe and they are very good balance between urban exploration and safety. Locals are very friendly and very nice, and you will find yourself being very comfortable in the country. Of course, when it comes to safety, I would always suggest to follow your guts and your instincts. Any given person and any situation is different, so always be mindful of yourself and follow your gut. If your gut is telling you that that is not a good situation to be with or a good place, just leave. When it comes to safety, you always want to think for yourself. Safety comes first. This is, of course, a general advice, and Southeast Asia is, of course, usually a very safe country, but that doesn't mean it is always like that. For instance, although it's not in Southeast Asia, but still in Asia, there is China. China is a very safe country to be in, and usually you can feel very comfortable traveling around without having to worry too much about your belongings and so on. However, this last time I was in China, this last summer, I had my phone stolen. Yes, my level of attention were very low because I knew I was in a very safe country, and in a situation where I would be in countries like Italy or European countries or maybe in some other place, I would never just leave my phone in a very exposed place. But because I was in China, I was feeling super safe. And yeah, I got my phone stolen. So situations like this can still happen. So I advise to always put attention and be mindful of where you put your belongings or what kind of place or situation you're in. Let's talk about traveling on a budget. Southeast Asia is, generally speaking, a very budget-friendly place to travel. But of course, there are countries that are even more so than others. Vietnam is for sure one of them, and it's also beautiful to visit. Imagine yourself eating a pho for just under $2, so you literally can have meals for around $5 or €5 per day. You can also easily and very cheaply rent a motorbike where you can go on your own explorations, and it's a beautiful place to be in. Whether it comes to accommodations or food, Vietnam is a great budget-friendly choice. Then there is Indonesia, and I'm not just talking about Bali. Bali is a very crowded and overpriced place compared to other places. Have you ever considered Yogyakarta? It's a great cultural hub where accommodation and food is so much cheaper compared to Bali, and it is still beautiful. And not get me started on the Gili Islands. If you're a beach lover, that is literally a paradise. Finally, let's not forget Laos. Now, this is really a very underrated country to visit. Imagine calming atmosphere, relaxing vibes, beautiful temples, and a lot of cultural places to visit. Take a slow boat along the Mekong River or wander around Luang Prabang. It's such an amazing place to visit, and it's so budget-friendly. Southeast Asia is packed with jaw-dropping viewpoints and breathtaking places to visit. Think about the Philippines, for example. The beautiful Palawan's lagoons that are really straight out of a postcards, or places like the Chocolate Hills in Bohol and the rice terraces in Banao. Those are all great, beautiful viewpoint destinations. If you love nature, that is the best place to be in Southeast Asia. Then there is Thailand, once again, whether you're more into beautiful misty landscapes on Doi Tanon and you like hiking maybe, or the beautiful Relay Beach, or amazing viewpoints. All those places are beautiful. To be honest, I've been in Thailand for 2 months and a half, and there is so much to visit and to see in this beautiful country. You could literally stay there for a lifetime and never stop exploring, whether you're more into the urban life of Bangkok and Chiang Mai, or you like the jungle in the area of Suratani or even in the north, or whether you love the beaches. There you've got all your islands, you've got Phuket, you've got all those beautiful landscapes. It truly is just like a postcard, Thailand. It feels like paradise anywhere you go. And let's not forget Myanmar. However, right now, the political situation of the country might not be the best, so I would travel there with caution and thinking about it twice before choosing it. However, the place is just gorgeous. Just picture yourself floating in a hot air balloon over Bagan temples or watching the sunset over Ubain Bridge. The place is just beautiful, and it is also very affordable. The sheer tranquility of Inle Lake is just something you've got to experience at least once in your life. Now, if you love immersing yourself in local traditions and you love a bustling event, Southeast Asia has got you covered. The first place that is coming to my mind is Thailand, and that is the Songkran Festival. Thailand is famous especially for the Songkran Festival, which is the Thai New Year, and it's the biggest water fight you will ever find in your life. It's a great experience and it is so much fun. But let's also not forget the Yipeng Lantern Festival that happens in Chiang Mai around November. It is a beautiful festival where they lit thousands of lanterns in the night sky. In Vietnam, the Tet Festival is a great place to find and experience the local traditions. And for something more recurring, the Hoi An Lantern Festival happens every month and is such a great, beautiful experience to try and see. It's literally straight out of a fairy tale. Over in Indonesia, don't miss Nyepi, the Day of Silence. That is a great way to experience the culture. But also Bali has got a lot of art events going on pretty much all the time. Finally, let's talk about culture. If you're heading to Cambodia, Angkor Wat, I'm sure you've heard of it. It's a great place. It's not just breathtaking, but it's also a great way to learn and explore the Khmer tradition and culture. Also in Phnom Penh, you can find a lot of museums that will give you a deeper insight into the culture of the country. Indonesia has also its cultural gems. We talked about Yogyakarta before, and the Borobudur temple is beautiful, so breathtaking. It's got so much to explore and to learn from this beautiful country. And then there is Malaysia. Georgetown in Penang is a great place to explore a melting pot of Malay, Chinese, and colonial influences. It's a great way and place to explore to learn more about the culture. And don't forget to check out the famous street art while you're there. Now, of course, there are so many beautiful places to explore, but I think I gave you quite a good insight about some of great destinations that you can visit in Southeast Asia. Have I missed anything? Yes, of course, there's so much to explore in Southeast Asia. So which one of these countries are calling just your name? And if you feel like I've missed something big, let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you like this video, please remember to give it a thumb up because that truly supports me. Share it with fellow travelers and subscribe for more travel content. And don't forget that part 2 is coming soon with all travel hacks and tips to explore Southeast Asia safely and soundly. And when it comes to exploring Thailand, I've got a whole video guide to the country over here. You can check it out. I'll see you in our next video. 再见。